Will Southampton get their first home victory over the Blues since March 2013, or will Chelsea do a Premier League double over the Saints? Watch until the end of this preview to hear all of my thoughts on tomorrow's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my preview for the match that will be taking place tomorrow afternoon at St Mary's Stadium in the Premier League between Southampton and Chelsea, with kickoff at 3 PM UK time. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is that firstly, I'll run you through the Chelsea team news and only the Chelsea team news. I will then be giving you guys my lineup based on the team news that I'll be giving you guys very shortly, and lastly I'll be giving you guys my score predictions. So without further ado, let's get straight into this preview. So we are going to begin this preview by taking a look at the Chelsea team news, and in this preview I only have one piece of information for you guys in regards to the Chelsea first team, and it concerns Callum Hudson-Odoi, Romelu Lukaku and Hakim Ziyech. And the first part of this story, which concerns Callum Hudson-Odoi, explains that he'll be out for weeks and not days, as Thomas Tuchel said in his press conference, and this is due to a back problem as well as the Achilles injury, if I'm not mistaken, that he was originally suffering from. So he will be out for a while, and yes, I can safely say that this is going to be I can safely say that this is going to be the case, because we all saw how long it took Ruben Loftus-Cheek to recover from that back problem he had a couple of seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, this is something that will take time to recover from, so hopefully he recovers well, because we do have a bad history of not having a fully fit squad during the course of the whole season. Yes, of course it's going to be difficult for any club to do that, but we really do have a bad history of it, because we do have players coming back from injury and then going back to the treatment table, which is annoying, but that's how it is sometimes. But that is the first part of the story. The second part of the story, which concerns Hakim Ziyech and Romelu Lukaku, explains that both of them are doubts ahead of kickoff in tomorrow's match against Southampton, due to both of them picking up knocks in Chelsea's 3-1 defeat at Stamford Bridge at the hands of Real Madrid. We'll have to see whether they're able to start. Hopefully they're able to be in the squad, because like I said, we have a bad history of players being injured, coming back and then going back on the treatment table, but we'll have to see. But anyways, that is it for the Chelsea team news. We shall now move on to my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you. Let's do it. Now I am going to run you guys through my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you. And yes, we're going to begin by talking about the formation that I've chosen. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, choosing a formation for this lineup was a struggle, because we used the 4-3-3 against Brentford. Yes, albeit with players playing in positions that they don't always play in, i.e. Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the base of our midfield. But yes, we used the 4-3-3 against Brentford and we were absolutely shocking. We used the 3-4-3 that we have been or become familiar with under Thomas Tuchel against Real Madrid, and we were really poor. So the formation was a question mark for me for those reasons, but I've chosen to go with a 3-4-3 because it is the formation that we've used most. Yes, we do need to rectify the mistakes that we've been making recently and rectify them fast, because we need to get a win from tomorrow's game so that we can go into Tuesday's second leg against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final with some sort of confidence, because we seem to be lacking confidence right now, and that is the main reason as to why I've chosen to go with this formation. That is the main reason as to why I've chosen to go with this formation. And yes, you can also flip it and say that we can use a different formation to surprise Southampton, and I would not be against that as long as it works. Again, we'll just have to see, but in terms of the personnel I've chosen, and yes, that is why I've chosen to go over 3-4-3, but I'll say it again, in terms of the personnel I've gone with Edouard Mendy in goal, And yes, he made a really poor mistake against Real Madrid for the third goal, and he will know that it was a terrible mistake to make. But for me, he starts in goal, and let's just hope that he doesn't do it again in tomorrow's game or ever again for the club. It's as simple as that. Let's hope he doesn't do it again. But for me, Edouard Mendy in goal. In terms of my back three, this was hard because our centre backs haven't been playing too well recently, and that's me being polite. But I've gone with Trevor Chalobah in the right centre back position. Yes, he's been making quite a few mistakes recently, but he has had a pretty good season, and he has been pretty good defensively as well as offensively. He's chipped in with goals, and he's made some really good defensive blocks and tackles since he's been introduced to the first team. So why not give him the chance to not only build on that, but also give him the opportunity to show that he's rectified the mistakes he's made recently, most notably the mistake he made in the Newcastle game. And what game was it before? Give me a few seconds. He gave away a penalty, but I can't remember what game it was in. Oh, that's going to bug me, but never mind, you guys know what I'm on about. He gave away a penalty, and yeah, he does need to rectify those mistakes. And if he does, then we do have a strong chance, or perhaps a stronger chance, of not getting exposed down that side. But yes, that's why I've gone with Trevor Chalobah in the right centre-back position. In the centre of my back three, I've actually decided to go with Thiago Silva. And this was again a really hard decision to make because he has not been great recently. He did get exposed in the game against Real Madrid, and he also was at fault for the fourth goal against Brentford. So he needs to fix up. I do trust him. I really do trust him. I'd be stupid to not trust him, but he does need to sharpen up a bit. And I do trust him. I really do trust him. He's been really good this season, not just defensively, but offensively as well. So if he starts tomorrow, then hopefully he does it again, and hopefully he performs in a way that would suggest that he understands that he's made some really bad mistakes, which I'm sure he will. Fingers crossed he does, because tomorrow's game is really crucial. But anyways, that's why I've gone with Thiago Silva in the centre of my back three. In the left centre-back position, there was no one else I could have gone with other than Antonio Rudiger. Well, I say that, but you can argue that Malang Sarr can play there, seeing as he has played down our left-hand side recently. But I've gone with Antonio Rudiger because he has been really good in this position this season, and he has been extremely consistent this season. Yes, he's not been too great recently. He has perhaps been given a bit of he has been perhaps cut a bit of slack because of that goal he scored against Brentford, but he was also to blame for that fourth goal as well as Thiago Silva was, because they both tried to stop the ball from reaching Johan Wissa, if I'm not mistaken in the name or pronunciation of his name, but neither of them got to the ball, and the ball fell to Johan Wissa anyway, and he scored the fourth goal for Brentford. But yes, not too great recently by Antonio Rudiger, but again, I'm sure he'll want to redeem himself, and I'm sure he will. Fingers crossed he does. But that's my back three. I've waffled, haven't I? But we move into my midfield four, and of course we're including the two wing backs, and yes, we're going from right to left. And I've gone with Reece James in the right wing back position. Yes, he did not have a great game against Real Madrid. Not many players did, if I'm being completely honest, but Reece James has only just come back from injury, so he does deserve a bit of slack. He didn't put too many balls into the box against Real Madrid, but to be fair, he was up against Vinicius Jr., and he really gave Reece James a tough time. But I hope that Reece James gets. I really hope that Reece James puts a shift in tomorrow's game, because we all know he can. We all know where his qualities are, or what qualities he possesses, shall I say. But hopefully he's able to show it in tomorrow's game, and we'll just have to see. But I've gone with him for those reasons in the two central midfield positions. Listen, I've gone with N'Golo Kante because of the qualities he possesses. No, he's not been too great recently either, but again, for me, he does need to be in this team for this game because of the way Southampton play, and I think that we'll need his energy in the middle of the park alongside him. I'm sorry, but Mateo Kovacic has to start this one for the exact same reasons. Southampton do have a lot of energy in their team. They also have a lot of quality all over the pitch. And they will make it very hard for us. They will try to dominate us in the middle of the park, and they have the players to do it. So for me, Mateo Kovacic needs to start. Yes, Jorginho did get the assist against Real Madrid. He did get the assist for Kai Havertz goal against Real Madrid, but he didn't have too good a game. Yes, he was better than some of the other players, but he wasn't exceptional. And again, not many players were even close to that in that game. But yes, I've gone with Mateo Kovacic because he absolutely needs to start. And not only does he need to start, he deserves to start as well. Because for me, he's actually been our best midfielder recently, if I'm being honest. But yes, I've gone with Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante in the two central midfield positions, and to complete my midfield four, I've gone with Marcos Alonso. Honestly, we've had massive issues recently in terms of who we've put in the left wing back or left back position, and it has been exposed by the teams we've faced in our last two games in Real Madrid and Brentford. But I've gone with Marcos Alonso because this is his best position. He can do a job there. He can get caught out, and we have seen him get caught out recently, but he can do a job on his day. But it's just up to him to perform, and he does deserve the chance to redeem himself, if I'm being honest. But yes, I've gone with him in that position for these reasons, and that completes my midfield four. In terms of my front three, I've gone with Hakim Ziyech in the right forward position. For me, he deserves to play over Mason Mount, who has not been doing too much recently at all. And yes, I know that he is energetic, but so is Hakim Ziyech. Yes, I know that Mount likes to run for days, and he is an 8-10 hybrid, which could help us in tomorrow's game. Who knows this? Honestly, I rate Mount. It's just that he's not been too good recently. It's as simple as that. And I like to give players, I'd like to think that players deserve to play, or I'd like to think that players get into the team based on merit, shall I say. But I've gone with Hakim Ziyech because he can create something from nothing. He is very energetic. His work rate is something that is understated, if I'm being completely honest. But yes, he does deserve to play, and I think this could help us in tomorrow's game, especially if we're looking to evade a press, because he is someone who can pick out a pass and create space by attracting players to him. And I think that this is something that we'll need against Southampton, especially if we're looking to counter-attack, or especially if we're looking to create space and create passing combinations, which is something that I think Hakim Ziyech is really good at. So that's why I've gone with him in this position, and I really do hope that made sense. But up front, I've gone with Kai Havertz. Again, he deserves to play. He's been our best player recently. He's scored quite a few goals in our recent games. He scored the only goal that we scored against Real Madrid, and it was a great goal. I thought he was our best player, if I'm being completely honest. He looked very busy. He looked like the only player who could cause them problems, and for me, he deserves to play, and he deserves the chance. He deserves the chance to build on his electric form. So that's why I've gone with him up front. And to complete my lineup, I've gone with Christian Pulisic in the left forward position. No, he wasn't great against Real Madrid at all. He wasn't able to get past their back line. He wasn't able to link play too much, which is what Christian Pulisic is really good at. And he wasn't able to get too many goal scoring opportunities at all. But I think he can. I think he does deserve the chance to redeem himself, especially when you consider how poor our attack has been and how poor our attackers who have played in the left forward position recently have been. But yes, that's why I've gone with him. Hopefully he redeems himself if he starts. But that's the lineup I've gone with. I'll be giving you guys a graphic showing you guys the formation that I've chosen and the personnel that I've chosen. Now, let's move on to my score prediction. Now, to end this preview, I'm going to give you guys my score prediction. I've chosen to go with a 2-0 Chelsea win because I do believe that we have what it takes to keep a clean sheet against Southampton. No, it will not be easy by any stretch of the imagination, especially when you consider how Southampton have played over the course of the season and the type of results they've picked up over some of the top teams in the division. So we have to take this game very seriously. We have to be at it from the get-go. Otherwise, in my opinion, we're in big trouble. And this is a must-win because of the very fact that we look as though we need confidence. And the only way to do that is to get a win. No matter how it's done, we need to get the win because we have a big game on Tuesday where we need a miracle if we're to make it into the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. But that's why I've gone over 2-0 Chelsea win. Hopefully the boys go out and get the job done. It's up to them. I can only say so much, but that is it for this preview. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. And peace. Come on, Chelsea.